Hello everyone. So today I will be using learn-c pp.org for the C++. It is a free website, so if you would like to follow along, I should have it pinned for on both my chats, both YouTube and Twitch. I'll be reading it out loud, and yeah. And if I switch to here. So today, hopefully, I can. Oh, I want to show my cursor. No, the scuff is already happening. Hold on, let me capture my cursor so I can point with it. Is it working? Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. So I planned to learn the basics today, and then maybe another time I will continue with the advanced stuff. Or maybe if we finish the basics really quickly, I'll just do. I'll continue to the advanced. So a little bit about me. I'm a failed engineer, and at one point in my life, I did learn C++. I learned C as well. I learned a lot of things. Hello, welcome. Sadly, you're in the cell phone. Oh, that's okay. The VOD will be there if you actually do want to learn. If not, you can just chill. Nothing wrong with just following or like just watching. So, I'm gladly catch up later when I get my laptop. Yeah. Oh, also one more thing. Like I've already announced that this will sort of be my last stream, possibly in June, and I'm basically taking like a 3-week break to focus on school. Plus, I'm switching jobs. So yeah. And I shall start. So let's read the welcome message. Welcome to the learncplusplus.org free interactive C++ tutorial. Whether you're an experienced programmer or not, this website is intended for everyone who wishes to learn C++. There's no need to download everything. Just click on the chapter you wish to begin from and follow the instructions. Good luck! C++ is still under construction. Oh, they have people, they ask if anyone wants to contribute. That's cool. So this is like community built. Okay, I shall start with the basics. Start from the beginning with Hello World, the classic. This is a classic exercise. The first thing you have to do. Oh wait, I forgot background noise. Okay, the first thing you do every time you code is say hello world. Yeah, background music. Okay. I hope the volume is okay. I did test it a few times, but I can never be too sure. So yeah, if anything's wrong with the volume, please tell me. Or like if you can't understand what I'm saying, or if it's too loud. So, I shall start. Hello World Introduction. C++, pronounced C++, is a general-purpose programming language that is free form and compiled. It is regarded as an intermediate level language as it comprises both high-level and low-level language features. It provides imperative, object-oriented, and generic programming features. Wow, I cannot read today. Sounds good. Okay, thank you. C++ is one of the most popular programming languages and is implemented on a wide variety of hardware and operating system platforms. As an efficient, performance-driven programming language, it is used in system software, application software, device drivers, embedded software, high-performance server and client operations, and entertainment software such as video games. Wow, so this can be used for absolutely everything. It looks like it, at least. I actually think I think League of Legends is written in C++. So that is quite impressive. Where was I? Various entitles provide both open source and proprietary C++ compiler software, including the FSF, LLMV, Microsoft, and Intel. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna be honest. Provide open source compiler software. Okay. Oh, so if you want to like make your own code and run it in like your own compiler on your own computer, I guess you can go to these places. Our first program. Every C++ program uses libraries, which give the ability to execute necessary functions. For example, the most basic function called cout, which prints to the screen, is defined in the iostream header file. To add the ability to run the cout command to our program, we must add the following: include directive to our first line of code. So I guess what they're saying here is, if you want to use this is a basic function which prints stuff onto the screen. You have to add the iostream header file in order for it to work. So add pound include and then like the two brackets and then iostream and then using namespace std. So make sure to add this if we're using cout. Okay, the second part of the code is the actual code, which we are going to write. The first code, which will run, will always reside in the main function. So there's an int main, so this is the main function. And then code goes here. Wow. So you need this up top, and then you need int main and then brackets, and then your code goes in between those brackets. The int keyword indicates that the function main will return an integer, a simple number. The number which will be returned by the function indicates whether the program that we wrote worked correctly. If we want to say that our code was run successfully, we will return the number 0. A number greater than 0 will mean that the program that we wrote failed. For this tutorial, we will return 0 to indicate that our program was successful. Okay, so you have to return 0 to indicate if it was successful, and anything larger than 0, so if I put like return 2, I guess the code would have failed. There's also the int keyword, and it indicates that this function, the main function, will return a single number, or like not a single number, I should say a simple number. So simple number means like no decimals, I believe. And yeah, no decimals. And nothing like repeating just like 1 or 10 or like 100. Notice that every line in C++ must end with a semicolon. Ah, the classic semicolon. So that the compiler knows that a new line has started. So you must end it with the semicolon, which is like a period. But last but not least, we need to use redirection to the cout stream to print our sentence. Okay? No loops? I think loops will come later. This is like the very intro. We'll get to loops soon. So I'm gonna start. You see the code down here. So we have the pound symbol include iostream, the using namespace std with a semicolon, the main section of the code, the cout, which prints, or the cout function, which prints what's in here. And okay, I do know what this is, but they did not mention it. This means you get like a, what is it called? I think this means you get like an empty space, right? Or it's like a enter. It's almost like an enter button, I think. I don't actually know. And then return 0 to indicate that the program was successful. So we need to have it output hello world instead of goodbye world. So if I change this to hello, I spelled hello wrong. Do I know how to spell hello? No, I don't. Okay, cout, hello world, and then do little out function buttons. And then this was given. I don't exactly know what this is. I feel like I remember, but I don't remember. But expected output, hello world. Let's see. Yay! Okay. I think we did it correct. Oh, I have to run it. Oh, okay. I had to press run, not expected output, because that would just, it's just telling me what I should see when I run it. Correct. Okay, move to the next chapter. Okay, next chapter. Next chapter is variables and types. So, C++ provides a rich set of built-in as well as user-defined data types, following table lists down 7 basic C++ data types. Oh, data types, yuck. I can never remember these. I would always use the wrong data type for numbers, and then it would end up making all my calculations incorrect. So, stuff that is built in. Boolean. So it's like this. Boolean is either a true or false value. So there's no like assigned value. I mean, there is an assigned value, but it can only be true or false. Characters, alphabets, and all the symbols defined using char. So like the first few letters of character. Integers, so that's what we saw earlier, int. Integers, whole numbers. Oh yeah, whole numbers, that's what it was called. Not numbers without decimals. Whole numbers, which can be positive and negative. Oh, so it does negative numbers. Defined using int, which has 4 bytes, or short int, which is 2 bytes, or a long int, which is 8 bytes, based on the size of the numbers used. Oh, that was another thing, right? Because when I used to code, I would use the wrong amount of data that is needed, so sometimes it would just be all wrong. I needed to use like a long int, but instead I used a regular int, and it was not enough to hold the number I was trying to put into that integer. Okay, and there's floating point numbers, real numbers, so numbers with fractions. So floating point numbers do decimals, defined using float and double. Valueless using the void keyword. Valueless using the void keyword. Wow, it's just like me, valueless. Wide character using the wchar_t keyword. Type modifiers. The above types can be modified using the following type modifiers: signed and unassigned short and long. Oh, so these are the types. I guess signed and unassigned, short and long. So these ones, so like the int short and int long use modifiers. I think. I don't know, I forgot what the signed and unassigned were. I wish they explained that a little more. Structures, so struct will be explained later in the structures course. Okay. Classes, class will be covered in the classes section. And then C++ allows an array of characters to define strings. It also provides an extensive string library for manipulating strings and will be explained in the strings section. Typedef allow for creating new names. Think of them as aliases. Oh, so you can assign something another name. So like a nickname or an alias, as it's just said. Following is a simple syntax to define a new type using typedef. So you type typedef, like type definition, int, and then counter. So then counter now is a type, or becomes a variable type, and then you can have that. So you can have the counter type, which is actually just an int, and assign it to the variable tick_c equals to 100. So this is valid. Okay. I don't remember this. New information. Bogbrang, hello! So, we're learning C++ and we are on the variables and types section if you would like to follow along. Enumerated types. To create an enumeration requires the use of the keyword enum. The general form of enumeration type is this. Enum, and then enum name, list of names, and variable list. Above the enum name is the enumeration. Excuse me. I can't read or speak. Above the enum name is the enumeration's type name. The list of names is comma separated. Oh, there's an example. Okay. For example, the following code defines an enumeration of colors called colors and variable. A color of type color. What? I just said colors like 7 times. I can't read either. Yeah. Same. The following code defines an enumeration of colors called colors and the variable a color of type color. Finally, a color is assigned to the value green. Those were certainly words. I don't know if I understood that, but those are certainly words and colors, a lot of colors. So I use the enumeration, and I have it, I call the enumeration name that, and then I have a list of names, so you just have red, green, and blue, and the variable list. So you have a color, comma, another color, and a color is equal to green, and a color will be assigned the value of 1. Sure. I don't understand that. A color, or so like, is equal to green. Another color. Variable list. So does that mean that of all of these, the a color and another color variable, and if you put them equal to what's in here, it equals 1, and if it's not equal to whatever's in here, it equals 0? I think that's what they're trying to get at. However, I shall proceed. Defining variables. For numbers, we will usually use the type int, which an integer in the size of a word, the default number size of the machine which your program is compiled on. Integer in the size of word. Okay. Most computer today, it is a 32-bit number. I think this is a bit old. I totally thought most computers now are 64. unless I could be wrong though. Which means the number can range from... I'm not reading that, but you can see it. This is like negative 2 billion something and positive 2 billion something. Yoshio, hello! Nice integers. Well, I barely know what's going on, but I shall continue and learn about more integers. So this value is the same as the long integer type. To define the variables fo and bar, or foo and bar, food and bar, we need to use the following syntax. Put int foo, so I guess you're assigning int to foo, and int bar, so you're assigning int bar is equal to 1. Oh, all bears are C++ bears. This is known. Absolutely. I may be a C++ bear. Possibly. So I guess I might not be the best bear, but I'm certainly one of the bears. I'm trying to be a best bear. I'm trying to learn C++. The variable foo. Why couldn't they just put a D? So it's food and bar instead of foo. The variable foo can be used, but since we did not initialize it, we don't know what's in it. The variable bar contains the number 1. Facts. Okay, the variable bar contains the number 1, so they initialized the variable of the int bar to equal 1, and they just assigned foo to an integer, but they don't know what's in it. Now we can do some math. Assuming A, B, C, D, and E are variables, okay, math, it's time to do some math. We can simply use plus, minus, and multiplication operators in the following notion and assign a new value to A. Oh, okay, so they declared A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 2, D is equal to 3, and E is equal to 4. And they declared all those variables, which are the A, B, C, D, E, as an integer. And then they used math operators, so a minus sign, a plus, a multiplication. I was gonna say like asterisk, but it's multiplication. And they had this equal to A. And then they C out A with an endl, which will print the value, which I guess A is equal to 11 now. So let's do the exercise, shall we? In the next exercise, you will need to create a program which prints out the sum of the numbers A, B, and C. Okay. Oh, some of it is written already. I see those, what do you call those? Reactions? The live reactions? Okay, so I have int A. Oh, float is... Oh, decimal. So B is a float. You have C's a double, and they made a sum. They assigned the sum variable variable to a double. Some bears just want to watch the world add up. Exactly. I want to watch the world add up and multiply in innovation. That's a nice pun. Okay, so sum is equal to And then it's just addition. So you have A space plus space B plus space and C. Oh wait, don't add a plus after. And never forget your semicolon. A plus B plus C. I think this works. What if I run it? Okay, the sum of A, B, and C is 12.75 and correct. Okay, click OK to move on to the next chapter. Arrays. Ew, I don't like arrays. I like stingrays, but not arrays. Okay, what is an array? Question 1. Suppose you need to store the marks of 5 students in a C++ test. 5 integers or floating point values. What would you do? Question 2. Or say you need to store a key sheet of a MCQ, multiple choice question test, having some 6 questions, 6 character values. In these problems we use arrays. It's a group of same type of variable, say int or char, clubbed together. This is an array declaration. So an array is basically when you need to group together like multiple values for a single, multiple values for, how do I say this? Group together different values for the same thing, I guess. So an array declaration, so we have the type. So this is where I'm assuming you put int or char. In this case, you put the name and the number of elements. Now that we know the syntax for declaring an array, the solution for question 1 would be to declare an int type array of 5. So an int type array of 5. Okay, so here we have the type. So marks is the name, and there are 5 number of elements with the 2 square brackets on both sides. Oh, okay, so yeah, it matches this. Now, let's initialize the array in question 1. Suppose the 5 student marks are 96, 92, 78, 54, and 86. Then we can give our array values as this. I also can't read numbers right now, apparently. So here are the marks. So we've initialized it, and you can assign their like position in the arrays. So I guess student number 0, right? Coding, everything starts at 0, except MATLAB. But also I hate MATLAB. In MATLAB, things start at 1. Putting in other traditional coding languages, it starts at 0. So we have marks to start at 0 equals 96, and marks 1, 92, marks 2, we have 78, marks 3, 54, and marks 4 is 86. So our entire code for declaring and initializing would be, oh yeah, you combine the two. You have the declaration, and then you assign these values in the array using like this name and then which value in the array is equal to an integer number in this case because the type is an integer. Or we can do it in a single line. Oh, a single line? Whoa, that saves so much space. As int marks, and then so you have the initialization, which is the same as the other one, just equal, and then you just list out the values in order. Oh. Or simply, oh, you don't even need to write the number of values that are needed into the array. This is so much more concise. Actually, I kind of like this because then that way you can see how many values. Like for 5, maybe it's not a big deal, but let's say you have 100, like over 50 values that you want to put in an array. And then you won't be able to know how many values there are because it just keeps going. Numbers. Just believe in the heart of the cards. There's no such thing as probability. It happens or it doesn't. That reminds me of that, like, that line. Now we can assess. Yeah, now we can assess the numbers. Now we can access the elements of this array using the brackets. Arrays are 0 index, so your first element will be marked 0, i.e. 96. Let's print this. Okay, so you see out, and then you call back onto the element. So you call back on the array, and then you put in the correct element number. So in this case, it's element 0, so the first value in the array, and then endl. And this should print out 96. Okay, your second element can be indexed as marks, and then element 1, and the third element, element 2. Third element as marks bracket 2, and so on. Now we can print the entire array using a for loop, which we will be studying in future chapters. For loop! There's your loop! Are you excited to learn about for loops in future chapters? Actually, I think it's coming up soon. Yeah, right here. So we are on arrays. The for loops is a few more. Just a few more. So to print out the entire array, you have this for loop, and then I guess it just prints out all the numbers. Okay, for question 2, suppose the keys are A, B, A, C, D, C. Now the array declaration is a bunch of characters. So this means character, there's 6 elements, they named the element key, or they named the array keys, and they assigned it this value. Okay, change the program in the bottom in a way so that it initializes the key arrays with values this and prints the third element. Okay, let's start the exercise. So it initializes the key arrays with the values. Okay, can I just copy this? Because I don't want to type that. I have a feeling I'm going to type it incorrectly. Let's see if I can just copy it. I can just copy it. That's perfect. I hope I don't think these spaces will change anything. It prints out the third element. So we have C out, and then we have the 2 little signs. Third element, so I will type keys, square bracket 3, and square bracket again. And then I see them do the endl, then semicolon. I think. Please work. Hey. So that's not right. Because it doesn't start at 3. Third element is the second element. Because it starts at 0. I keep forgetting. Yeah, it should be D. So it starts 0, 1, 2. So the third element is just subtract 1. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna drink a sip of water. This coding is making my brain churn. And I need water to replenish. Strings. What is a string? What's a string? It's the thing that I see on my clothes sometimes, because the threads are not cut. A string is a thread. Okay. Sorry, my brain just keeps going. What is a string? In the previous chapters, we looked at numeric values and single numbers. So chars are single characters, not numbers, characters. Strings are used for text values such as words or sentences. There are two types of strings. In traditional C, strings were basically just arrays of char values, so char and wide char. In C++, however, strings are represented as objects which offer some comfortable ways to work with these type of data. C++ strings are implemented in the standard library, so std strings, so standard library, and then : string, which must be referenced and parentheses pound include in the program. Okay, in this tutorial, whoa, this is short. In this tutorial, we'll focus on the latter. Okay, so you need to include the IO stream. You need to include string, include the namespace std int main, okay. String some text equals, so string and then the variable name equals, and then type in a phrase, and this declares the string. Oh, so string is a variable type, right? Or it's treated like a variable type for this, I think. Okay, and then you see out. Initial value of some text is. Then you put in the variable that was just declared, or the string that was just declared. Then you put endl, writing the initial text to the console. Note that endl isn't needed to show the value on the console, but adds a new line at the end. Oh, that's what it means, new line! I totally forgot that. Right, yeah, it's new line. That's what it was. So it is like an enter button, as I initially thought, but I forgot what name it was. New line. Okay, what is this? Get line? Get line cin some text? Oh, I wish to explain that. So I think this is a function to ask whoever is using it, or asking the user to get some value. And then that value that the user inputs then is assigned to some text, and that becomes the some text value. See out, you entered blank. You entered, and then the new some text value that you just entered from the get line, and then endl, and then return 0 to show that this code ran successfully. Okay, start exercise. Change the program in the bottom in a way so that it declares and initializes a string variable and outputs the text, "I just learned something about strings," without quotation marks, followed by a carriage, return, and line feed to the console? Huh? What? I'm just gonna do what I think they're asking. And we'll see if that's right. Okay, you may need to include something here. Yes, so you have to include string. So pound. Delete that. Delete the comment. Include string. So that it declares and initializes a string value. Okay. I know how to do the first part. I don't really know what's asking for the second. So for this first part, we type string. I can name it a variable. I don't know what to name it. We'll call blueberries. Can I put a number in the name? Blueberry. Blueberry message. Message. M-E-S-S-A-G. Is that how you spell message? I think so. So I'll type that with quotes and then copy and paste the little phrase because I'm not going to retype that. Don't forget to end with a semicolon. M-E-S-S-H. Oh, so I did spell it right. Yeah, I was trying to spell message. And then I want to see out. See out. I want to see out my message. Right, see out my message, and then endo. Well, let me check the expected output. I just learned something about strings. Okay, I think I am correct. Yes, I got it. So yeah. Oh, that one's a lot simpler than I thought. The question made it sound more difficult than I had initially expected. But we'll see. If else. Ooh, I remember these. I did not like them. I was not good at making if else statements. I would always make them way too complicated. Like, too more complicated than it needed to be. We use if-else statements in programming to run a block of code only if a condition is met. If statement. We run a block of code if the condition in the if statement evaluates to true. The general syntax is if, in parentheses, and then the condition, and then brackets. The following example prints the one I searched for. If num is 4, the one I searched for. Wait, is this a pun? Are they trying to make a pun here? Like, the one I searched for, if the value is 4. Anyways. If num is equal to 4. So I'm assuming this is like, instead of, so when you assign a variable something, there's only one equal sign. But if you want to compare the values, there's 2 equal signs. Yeah, I think that's how it works. So, if the number is compared to 4 and it is equal to each other, then the cout, the one I searched for, it will print the one I searched for. Okay, the following example prints number is even. If num is an even number, i.e. num percent. Oh, modulus 2. Right. I remember this is modulus 2. So modulus means like the remainder. So if you remember long division, I don't actually remember how to do long division. But if you remember long division, sometimes numbers would have remainders. And if it is an even number, the modulus of it should be 0. When you divide an even number by 2, there should be no remainders. So that's why it's equal to 0. Yeah, that's how I say it correctly. If num modulus 2 is equal to 0, so that's how you tell if it's even. Oh, it explains it right here. The percent sign is a modulo operator, which returns the remainder of a division. On even numbers, it will return 0. So if there are no remainders, which means it's even, it will cout numbers even. Pasta? Where did pasta come from? Suppose you want to do something if the condition in the if statement is false. Like in the above example, printing number is not even. If the number is odd, for such cases, we have the else statement. numbers is not even if the number number is not even if the number is odd. For such cases we have the else statement. Oh right, so if it does not happen, it goes to the else. You got some pasta? Ooh. If sandwich has pasta, see out sandwich is happy. Else sandwich does not have pasta and is sad. Okay. Taking an example. If the modulus of a number is modulus of 2 equal to 0, then see out the number is even, else see out the number is not even, then end L. The above code prints number is even for all even numbers and number is not even for odd numbers. No, my pasta. I mean, you have your pasta. So if sandwich has pasta, see out sandwich is happy. Else sandwich has no pasta. We can also use a number of nested if-else statements. Okay, see, this is my problem when I used to learn. I would make so many if-else statements, like there is no tomorrow, and it was just not great. You can also use number of nested if statements if we want to check more than one condition, and use if-else composite statement is given below. So if the number results with, if the number's modulus by 2 and it equals 0, then you can say the number is divisible by 2. Else if the number modulus by 3 is equal to 0, the number divisible by 3. Else bad number. Bad number. Okay, the above code checks for 2 divisibility. If the number is not divisible by 2, it checks for 3 divisibility. If not divisible by 3, it prints bad number. Okay, print which age group the people belong to according to the age as given here. So child is less than 20 years old, an adult is greater than 20 years old and less than 60 years old, and retired is greater than 60. Math ruined me. I have pasta at one point. Else I don't have pasta now. Math. Okay, I shall start this exercise. So, how do I do this? Okay, I basically write the if statements here. Whoa, I don't like these comments. I'm gonna remove them. Hello, new people on YouTube. What have you typed symbols? I don't know what that means. Hello, welcome. And you couldn't live with your own failure, and where did that lead you? Back to me, C++. When I finally have to use it after graduating to edit some open source code. I feel that so much. I feel that I don't... I actually, like, I don't mind C++ as much as I mind MATLAB. I despise MATLAB with every single bone in my body. I hate it so much. Like, I do find learning C++ relatively enjoyable, but I haven't done it in, like, years, so, I forgot. I forgot everything. Hey, write a bunch of if statements. So, if... Let me see the expected output. Okay. Child. I see. If So I should say if age is equal to, oh no, not equal. I should say less than 20. Then make sure to write the brackets. And then I put C out child. So H-I-L-D, child. And put an end L. And then don't forget the semicolon. I put else if age is greater than or equal to, yeah, greater than or equal to 20. And I think this is how you write it correctly. You just put an and in between. You're relearning C++? Yes, I'm relearning C++. MATLAB, not fam, we use Octave in this house. I really do hate MATLAB. If I can avoid it, I'm gonna avoid it like the plague. And I could put age. I think this is how you write it. I don't know, to be honest. And then, oh, I guess I should keep my coding style consistent, which by that I mean consistently bad. But we're gonna put this here, even though I should probably put it in its own line. And see out adults, ALT, little two symbols, and then have a new line. Then I will put else. Else, you're old. See else. Okay, boomer. Okay. Sorry. Sorry if there are any boomers in chat. I don't actually hate you. I had to. It came to my brain. To be fair, boomers were like the first coders, so I respect you a lot. Okay. I think that's how you write it. I hope. I don't know if this is an accurate statement to make, because I don't remember. Yeah. Okay. If age is less than 20, see out child, and then have an enter or a new line. Else if age is greater than or equal to 20, then and less than 20. Or am I supposed to have like a nested if statement in here? Maybe I am. Else see out retired. Yeah, we'll try this. I might get an error here. Pointer? Where did this pointer come from? Huh? Forbids comparison between pointer. Had to switch to Mac OS to actually use live chat. Well, welcome to the live chat. Pointer. Use that one. So I know a little bit about pointers, but I don't see how this is a pointer. Oh, am I think I know why. It should be like this. I think I have to. It's not like reading age, because there's no value. Oh, okay, that was it. So I need to make sure to I need to make sure to recall the array in order to fix my little problem. Okay, let's go next. For loops! Here are the loops! For loops. Okay, we use loops in programming to repeat execution of a block of code instead of repeating the entire code. In C++, we have 3 types of loops: for loops, while loops, and do while loops. Oh, they're teaching for loops before while loops. Interesting. I would have expected it to teach while loops first, because I think those are a little simpler. But that's just my opinion, so I don't know. The execution of a loop can be controlled using the following keywords: break, which terminates the loop or switch, statement, and transfers execution to the statement directly after the loop. Continue will cause the loop to process the next element, skipping the current one, and go to label transfers control to the specific label. It is not advised to use this statement, okay? Interesting. Yet you tell me anyway, even though this is part of the basic part of C++. Like, of course you tell me not to do something. I want to try it, you know? I want to try, I want to see how it affects everything. I'm a little curious. For loop. If we know the exact number of times to repeat the loop for, we use a for loop. The syntax has 4 parts: the initialization, test expression, modifying expression, and the code block to be executed in loop. Oh. So we have for, initialization, test condition, and update. And then we have the body of the loop. Here's an example. So the initialization of I, and as long as I is less than 10, and this one just adds a single value to I. So it counts from so it goes through once, like 0, and then it goes, I becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all the way to 10. Well, all the way up till this value essentially breaks. So it has to be 9. I should say 9. It goes up to 9. Because once it equals 10, the for loop doesn't run. In the above example, we are declaring a loop variable I, which is initialized to 0. If the test condition turns out to be true, we continue with the loop and execute the body of the loop. After every iteration of the loop, the modifying expression is run. Here we are using I++, which increments the value of I by 1 in every step. We continue this process till the test condition turns out to be false. When I becomes 10 in the step, 10 in the loop above. Oh, so they were gonna explain it every way. Anyway, I totally do not need to explain it. Oops, my bad. I should just wait. I should just wait and read. I think that I need that. I need to wait. Okay, the loop can be read as long as I is less than 10, read the code below. Yes, that's a great way to say this. We can also write the initialization part before and modifying expression in the body of the loop. Blue Sky, hello! Welcome to the stream. So we have int I, so it declares int I. Oh yeah, they're declaring it before, but like, why would you do that? It just looks so much nicer when it just looks, when it's like this. It's just one line. So it's initialized, there's I less than 10, and then I plus. Oh, so it's the same thing, and it just counts up. And this just increments it. However, I don't like how it's written. I don't like the style. Hello, welcome. The for loop in C++ since C++11 can also be used to iterate over an array. Some other modern I can't speak. Well, let me breathe for a moment. Some other modern programming languages reference to the technique in the example below as a for-each loop. Okay, for-each loop. This is the perfect content for me. Well, I'm glad I found the stream. Well, I'm glad you found my stream. Welcome. I see you're interested in C++, maybe? Okay, so we have an array, an integer array, with this many elements. I'm not going to count. Whoa. For each. Oh, okay, I get this. So it will just output each value in the array, I believe. So we have 4, and then we declare an integer n, and then it goes through the array, outputting each value, I believe. I don't really know. Warning: the example above will reference the original memory of array and has write access, as you often don't need to write to that address space. You should consider you should consider to access it read-only for safety reasons. To avoid write access, you might consider using a const reference like shown below, which will create a constant there and therefore unchangeable reference named n to each existing value. Okay, that's a little too complicated. I know what they're saying. They're saying that like this is not good coding practice because in the for loop you are allowed to rewrite this array, which you don't want to do all the time because then they're more prone to mistakes and you don't necessarily want to give everything access. But you see, when I went to school, I didn't bother about this stuff because I just wanted to finish the assignment, so I gave everything access to everything. And you know, I passed. I think. I passed, so... But yeah, that's what this paragraph is saying. It's saying like it's not good coding practice to let this for loop, or let something essentially rewrite an array or assign it a value when you don't necessarily need it to have a value. Okay, fetch each array element and print it out read only. Print out read only. Okay. So in this case they declare this as a constant, which is a read only thing, so you can't assign it a value. And yeah. Okay, so int array. So they declare the array again, and then we have the for loop. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Oh, your name is in binary, I just realized. So what is that, 4? Is your name 4? Right? So it's... No. Hold on, let me see. I totally... It's 0 and 2, it's 4. Or is it 8? No. 8? Okay, I don't know. I don't remember. Even though I have my rules written in binary, I should know this. Oh well. Oh well. It's definitely either... No, it is 2. Because, no, it's 2. Yes, 2. I think it's 2. It's either 2 or 4. Okay, sorry, sidetracked. But thanks for the follow on Twitch. So they declared it as a constant value. So when the for loop like reaches into the value, it's only read only, so you can't change it. And then it prints out the elements of the array. Yeah, I think that's what it's doing. Okay, time to do an exercise. Try to print all the even numbers below 20 using a for loop in ascending order. Below 20, okay. Okay, I think I can see it in my mind. Okay, so you have a for loop. I'm gonna make it like int I. So I has to be less than 20. This is below 20. And then you increment I. Yeah. Oh, okay. This time I'll actually make it look better. Instead of putting my code on the same line as the first bracket. So I'm gonna put an if statement inside if I is equals if I modulus 2 is equal to 0, so that means it's an even number, I will see out I and L semicolon. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do good coding practices. No, and then I made this, but you know, it works. I don't think it'll matter. Yeah, that'll be fine. Make it short and concise. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. Is it less readable to some extent? Absolutely, but it's shorter and concise. Absolutely. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. Oh, okay, it worked. I did not expect myself to get it correct on the first try. But yeah. Wow. That was a lot faster than I thought. Okay. Wow, I'm kind of shocked myself. I shocked myself. That's always a good thing, I guess. Well, this was a short lesson. Okay. Hold on. Make sure to drink some water. I think my voice is starting to go. So I must hydrate. Make sure to hydrate while coding. Or doing anything. Really. Okay, while loops. I don't know why they taught while loops after for loops. I would expect to be the other way around. I think for loops are a bit easier to understand. But I digress. We use loops in programming to repeat. Okay, this is literally the same part as earlier, so I'm not reading that again. While loop. A while loop will repeat a statement or a group of elements while a given condition is true. Okay, so let's read through this and try to take apart what this code is saying. So we have the beginning part, the initialization of a code. Then we have int searched equal 5 and int given equal to -1. So two determined variables. The value we are searching, the variable to which we will write the user's guesses. Oh, so they're just declaring it. See out. This is a simple guessing game. Please enter a number. Oh, so they're prompting the user to enter a number. While search is not equal to given. Oh, okay. So this one is the one that users are trying to look for. Given is the one that people are gonna give. Well, that's why its name is like that. And then you have cin given guess. So it will prompt the user in like a screen to cin a value. And while, so this repeats again and again until given is correct. So I guess if it's not correct, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll repeat again as long as given is wrong. So when it's not correct, it will just print out, thank you for your guess. Yeah. Okay, note that the following lines within the loop brackets will also execute if the user guessed correctly. Checking will be done at the start of the next iteration. Okay. Yeah. They'll be done when the person guessed correctly, and then thank you for a guess. It'll prompt, or it'll ask for another input. See out. You found the correct number. Goodbye. So when they finally found that search is equal to 5, it says you found the correct number. Goodbye. Okay, and another part. So same thing here. Initialize. You have two values. So you have count and destination. This while will normally terminate when count reaches the destination value. So while count is greater than destination, you increment down, okay? If count is equal to 109, see out, skipped, and then you continue in the loop. If count is if count is less than 180, then aborted, and then you break the loop. If not, count is printed out. What are they trying to do here? Oh, it talks about breaks. So I guess continue means, like, after it goes into this if statement, it'll jump out of it and then go to this one. Yeah. The while loop will skip the next iteration due to the continuous. Oh, it will skip this. Okay, so continue means it will skip this. So it's like a skip. And then it will go through here and let's say it is less than. It will go through here and let's say that it is less than 180. It will just break the entire. It'll jump out of the while loop, I should say. So if it's equal to 190, it will skip this and then see out, and then it will keep counting down. However, if it is less than 180, it will just jump out of the while loop. I think that's what it's trying to say. Okay. Try to print all the numbers from 1 to 20 in ascending order using a while loop. Target. Okay. Okay, so while. Right. Oh. While. Counter. While counter is less than 20. Keep going, and then create the brackets. So it wants me to start at 1. So we'll put counter, and then plus, comma, or semicolon, not comma. Do not put a comma. Semicolon. And then I will ascending order. See out. Oh, I should put target instead of 20. I think. I mean, why else would they initialize it? I think 20 would have worked. But there must be a reason why they declared target value. See out. And then I can put counter. End L. End L. Keep going. Let's see. It will hit 19. It will add 1 value to counter, and it will print 20. Yeah, that's what I want. Yay! Got it correct. First try too. Again, I'm surprising myself. Okay, functions. Oh boy. Ugh. Functions. Function. Similar to the ones in Bath. Bath. Why did I say Bath? Math. is a collection of statements that is designed to perform specific tasks. Commonly, functions take in inputs parameters, which are called parameters, which is then processed to return an output. Below is the general format of functions in C++. Thumbs up and sparkles. Thank you! Type, name of function and parameters, and then brackets. You put the statements in the functions and then close back brackets. Type of variable of the function will return. So if you put like an int here, it will return an integer. The name of the function, which is used to call the function. Oh, function calls and functions. I remember parts of this. Parameters, inputs that the function will use. Identify data type, followed by variable name. Separate with comma for more than one input. So parameters are inputs. If there are more than one inputs, use commas. Okay. Statements. Lines of code that will perform the function's task. Okay, so taking these values and then you'll have like some stuff here that does things to the code. To call the function, you simply have to write the name of the function with the parentheses following parentheses. If the function requires parameters, the parameters should be written between the parentheses. Okay, here's an example. So we have the function, what do you call this? Like function declaration. So we have int, and we have square numbers as the name. Then we have a single parameter, which is an int x. So this declares the square numbers. Oh yeah, it is declaration. Declares square numbers that takes in parameters of x. Okay. Then you have y is equal to x times x, so x squared. Create square numbers. That's where the name's from. Square numbers, and then you multiply them. Creates int variable equating to x squared. Oh, so this is the new int variable, and then it's a calculation, and then returns that y value. Yeah, returns the value of y when the function is called. Okay, and then this is like in the main part of the code. So we have input is equal to 9, and then we have output is equal to square number with a parentheses of input. So, okay, so 9 will be in here. So it'll be like square numbers parentheses 9. It is calling the function square numbers, so it'll go to here. The integer x will be assigned with 9 because that's how it is here. Because input is equal to 9 and input is equal to x. And then it's 9 times 9, so it's 81. It will return the integer 81. And when it returns, that means the output is equal to 81. Oh, that's a lot of processes going on here. Yeah. Another example. Void. Hello there. And string name. Void means this function doesn't return anything. Oh, right, it's empty. Void. Just like my soul. And then you see out this value. So it doesn't return anything. Okay. Int main. So that's the main part. You say, hello there. Prints out. Oh, I see. So it says, so this calls the function, and then you fill the function with a string, which is Selena. So the string name is equal to Selena. It will see out hello, comma, and then the name that was from here, or what was in the function call. So hello, comma, Selena. Yes, I understand. In this exercise, you will create a function that prints out the sum of the given variables a, b, and c. Below is the given code. I hope everyone who is actually following along, like, I hope I'm not going too fast, and I hope that you learned something from it, because that's kind of what I wanted to do on the stream. I hope someone learned something. But yeah, that was the goal. Anyways, I shall continue. Code goes here. Call the function that prints out the sum. Ah, yes, some bears want to see things add up. I love that line. Thank you for giving me that line, by the way. So, okay. Hold, let me think about this. I need to make a function. And I need it to return you create a function that prints out the sum. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. I need to make an output. Integer. Right? Yeah. And then I can assign output equal to, I'm just gonna type some bears. I don't know what else to name it. Oh. To be you're doing it in good rhythm. Well, yes. Okay, you're learning. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Or you're learning something. I hope it's both entertaining, or to some extent at least. I know it's not the most riveting gameplay, but yeah, I'm happy that people are learning just a little something. Okay, output. I'm gonna call my function some bears, and then you put in the values A, B, C. That I'm gonna see output yeah. And now I need to declare my function. So I'm gonna make that an integer. Right, these are all integers, so I don't need to make it like a float or something. Yeah. Integer, so it returns an integer. It's called some bears. We'll call it int x. Oh, x, int y, and int z. We'll put the two brackets. Type here. So, what's another letter? A. We'll just have A. A is equal to x plus y plus what? Space plus. There we go. Space and z. Oh. I just want to tab that. Then return A, I think. Before watching the stream, I was reading a C++ book. A C++ book. It's so heavy. Oh. Yeah, I don't like reading books in general. But I found this website and it's completely free. They also teach other coding languages, but I don't necessarily think that this is the most beginner-friendly website. I think as long as I definitely think you can learn from this website as a complete beginner, but you will need like a little something else to help you supplement. Yeah, I think this is correct. So I declared an output. I have output is equal to some bears, which the parameters are A, B, and C. And then that stuff goes, the parameters go in here with int x, y, and z, and I add it and I return A. Do I need to declare a as an integer? I'm just gonna run it and see what happens. If it breaks, then I will declare it. Yeah, a is not declared. But they didn't declare it here, so they didn't declare y. Okay, that should work this time. 8, yes. You'll check it out later. Yeah, it's pinned. Also, it's in the title name. There's also like I've been looking for just free online sites to learn different coding. I also would really want to learn Python because I hear it's very useful for the future. So maybe in the future I'll do like a Python stream. Who knows? Pointers. Yuck, I hate pointers. So pointers is something I struggled with, and this is where my knowledge completely fades me. Pointers are basically a reference to a variable in memory. They are pointing to a memory address where a variable is stored. Pointers in C++ are very similar to pointers in C. Ah, there we go. There's C. For more details about pointers, you can learn about C pointers. C++, however, adds some more features, namely the operators new and... Oh, C++, however, adds some more features, namely the operators new and delete to allocate and deallocate memory to a pointer, respectively. Data type. A pointer in almost all cases needs a data type that matches the reference variable. For example, an int pointer can hold the address of an int variable, and a float pointer can hold the address of a float variable. In the special case, a special case is so-called void pointer. Void pointer, so like points to nothing? A so-called void pointer is a pointer which has no data type assigned. Oh, it can hold an address of any type and can be typecasted to any other type. Interesting. Haha, pointers are a nightmare and a blessing. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Ugh, this looks terrible. So we did, okay, I'll go to here. So we did do all the basics. Now we are in the advanced section. And I'm scared. But I shall continue nonetheless. I'll basically continue until my voice goes out, or like my voice really hurts. Okay, pointer magic explained. Oh no, I'm gonna need to be a magician to understand this. Okay, we have declaration stuff. We have an integer assigned with the variable name a to equal to 5. Oh, okay. The following pointer declaration are all valid and they are doing the same. The declaration or declaring a new pointer and initializing it with 0, a non-accessible memory address for safety reasons. Okay, so you can declare it like this, like these these 3 ways, no 4 ways, these 4 ways. Okay, this is usually how it's written. Yeah, I do remember this. This, however, could cause B to point to some random address, which might be unsafe. Okay, so you should assign it a value IC. So they assigned B a pointer value, create a new pointer value, type int, and initialize it with 0. Okay. C out. What? This value is initialized now pointing to memory address. So B and L. Now the pointer points to the address of A. So this is how you make the pointer point to something. So pointer, I guess, if I remember correctly, it's sort of like a messenger. So there's like a value that's already assigned to something else. The pointer has access to sort of read it and to point at it and be like, that one, and say like, look, it's here. and that point. So that second value, the messenger now has that value, I think. Or now it has that value, but it doesn't actually have that value because it's just pointing to it. That's such a bad explanation. Maybe one day I'll get better at explaining what pointers are. One day. Okay. Oh, I know what these dash or these slashes are. It's so that this doesn't get read as a string, like a string declaration. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. A string declaration quote. It's so that it's actually read as quote. Okay, C out. A is stored at memory address. Oh, right, it can grab the memory address too. So it knows, the messenger knows the address of where it's being stored. And it grabs the memory address of A and the memory address of B. And if you find out these two values, I think they will be different. I don't know for sure. Maybe that's something I can, or maybe that's something that this tutorial will explain. Maybe they are different, or they are the same. I don't remember. C out. The value of A is, so that should return 5. C out. The value of the area B is pointing to is the pointer. So this is, yeah, I'll get the address of B. Yeah, it'll get the address of B. Okay. Now modify the value of the address B is pointing to effectively changing the value of A. So pointer of B is now equal to 10. And also thank you for thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it a lot. Okay, maybe my brain is melting. I can't speak anymore. We'll do one more lesson after pointers, and I think I'll call it there before my brain just completely turns into mush and I won't be able to speak. Okay, so stored, to find where it's stored, use the and. To find the area, okay, B will get the value from the address B points to. Oh, so this will get A, right? C out. The value of A is now A. Okay. Oh. So when you change this, now the A value is 10. Yeah, because this modifies, the messenger gives A new value. I think. Yeah. So it assigns it a new value when you have like when you declare the pointer B that points to A. The value of A is now A, which I think is 10. See out, the value of the area B is pointing to now is 10. So this should not be the area. I don't like how the value of the area. Oh, the value of the area B is pointing to is now 10. The value of the area B is pointing to is now 10. Yeah, okay. I think that makes sense. My brain is literally melting. It happens. Happens to me too often, to be honest. Void pointer in C++, particularly. So this is something that's not seen in C. Only in C++. One of the biggest differences is that pointers in C are more secure. In C++, we can assign a void pointer to a non-void pointer, okay, without using a cast to a non-void pointer. In C++, however, you have to explicitly cast or typecast it. So you have a void pointer and you have a character pointer. Valid in C, but not in C++. So you can't just like make them equal to. So they have to be the same type. And since this is a void, you have to typecast it as a char so that you essentially assign this to become a character type. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. C++ also introduced two new concepts on pointers. Constant pointer, in which the address pointed to cannot be changed. Pointer to constant, in which the contents pointed to cannot be modified. Oh. Constant pointer is just a const, so you can't change the value, okay? And pointer to constant. So the contents pointed to cannot be modified. So anything with a constant basically involving a pointer can't change. I'm just gonna say that. Make that sound easier. Indirectly access and modify the value of n. Create two pointers, p1 and p2, then give an integer n, with p1 being the void pointer and p2 the int, okay? p2 must be signed to p1. Indirectly increase the value of n indirectly increase the value of n's content by 1 and print the value. Okay, so I have n. So let's declare the first two pointers first. So I have void p1. Don't forget the asterisk, the little star. Where's star 8? There we go. Void, and then an int pointer. So we have an integer, p2, semicolon. And how do I do this? How do I indirectly increase the value? Create two pointers with p1 having void. I think I have to let me think. I need to think. My brain is cranking. Let's go back to this example. Okay, so P2. How do we feel about backseating? Right now, I'm not, I think I can do this, so no backseating for now. I'll like outright ask if I need help. But I think I can do this. I just need to think a little more. P2 we can have that equal to n. Let's try this, and then P1. It said what? Assign P2 must be assigned to P1. So do I typecast this? I mean int, comma, or not comma, asterisk. Int, comma, P1 is equal to P2 plus 1. Indirectly change. No, and then this one. I think it should be like. So P1 should be pointing at P2, which then points at N. So I think P1 should be pointing at P2. I believe. Creates a pointer, initializes, now points the address of. Yeah. And then I guess I could go P1 plus 1. I wonder if I need to typecast this twice. P1 should be pointing at P2. Yeah! I forgot a semicolon for next to the N. Oh. Left operand. Okay, so I need to declare this type twice. Value required as left operand of assignment. Why is it being read as an operand and not like a pointer? I can do this. I can solve this. Give me like 2 more minutes and then I will allow backseating after I try this one more time. Okay. See. So I for sure know. Oh. Should be like that. Right? It should be an asterisk. Do I typecast? This is already typecast. There's already an asterisk there. Okay. Int. But that isn't it. Invalid. Conversion from int to int. All right, you may backseat me. Help me out. Help me out. So my thought process was, I guess I should explain my thought process, was to have P2 point to N, just like they did here. So we have like, yeah, they had int P, they had int B point to A right here. Should I declare this? Should I make this equal to 0? I don't think that would do anything, would it? Don't think. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. So I have. Oh. No, I don't know. Oh, is it because I wrote it wrong? Wait, is this allowed? I thought this was valid. This is valid. It's because you're using the equal symbol. It expects a variable to its left, but you're giving it the value P1, I guess? I'm assigning P1 the P2 pointer value. Is this like wrong? I thought this was. Then what am I supposed to use if I want to assign because p1 is a void and p2 is an integer. So if I want to point to n, I need to use p2, right? And then I need to, I guess this should be the other way. It should be below, oh. Should be below this one. But it says it's invalid conversion from integer pointer to int. But they did that here. So they had the int value. They had integer pointer p is equal to 0, and then they just pointed to a. Am I allowed to do this? Okay, one of the errors was fixed. Can I declare it like this? Like, does anyone know if I can typecast p1 on like the left side? If you typecast int pointer p1, it will give you a value, but you need to use a variable name. Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna call this int b, a? I'll call it int a. And then but then I need to have p1 point to p2. And then I can have p2 equal a. Or p. Yeah, I can have p2 equal a. But how do I get p1 to point to p2? Have this one p2 is equal to a. That's not an a, that's a 1. p2? Okay, yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to figure this out. Because I know in the example they showed it like the other way. I figured, I guess I can't have this equal that. Or can I just, I can't do this though. It's a void. Can I do this? Will that work? Plus, oh, it doesn't care. Or there's no error from that at least. And this typecast does not like me. It does not like my typecasting. P2. Can I do this? Does this work? Just get rid of that? Miss the oh oh I see. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. I was gonna be here forever. Okay. I think this will work. But maybe this part will work. Yeah, because then this needs to be an integer value. So for that, I guess I can I can go like that. Ugh, let's see. So I am getting a number. It's just a bad number. I'm getting a number. Certainly, I'm certainly getting one of the numbers. It's not number 2 though. I think it's because I'm pointing to something random and it just doesn't like that. I have a feeling it has to do with this. Or I could add like debug statements that have P2. I don't know if this will work. Oh, what did I do? Oh, comment, please. We're gonna comment that out. Does this even work? Is that a thing? Can I? Yes, that's the memory. Oh, you just added 1 to the memory address, not to the integer value. Yeah. Oops. So, at least I know what I'm doing wrong this time. So I'm pointing to the memory address, not the value. Or I'm pointing to the memory address and I'm not like taking the value. So I point to the address. Yeah. And A doesn't move. Okay. I'm pointing to the address. I need to point to the value. And to point to the value, I need to do that. Right? I need to do this, do that. Get rid of that line. Pointer 1 should point to the value of P2. So let's try this. Get rid of the ands. I don't need those. I don't believe I need those. Int. Change that to equal to 1. Okay, let's run this. No! Void. Typecast it. No! Oh wait, I typed it in wrong. Oops. And there shouldn't be like that over there. Yeah, let's try this. Huh? Um Error invalid for left operand. So I can't. Oh, do I have to do this? No, I can't do that. I feel like I'm so close. I mean, how many lines can this code have? Okay. Do not give up. I shall not give up. Okay, I'm probably just gonna finish this assignment, this exercise, and then go. Because I think my brain is starting to melt. If n. But why not? But like, why not? Why can't I do this? P1. P2. P2. Int. the integer pointer points. So I declared a pointer a, and I typecasted pointer 1, which is supposed to be void, being void pointer, and int pointer 2, and I have to increment the value indirectly, so that means I probably have to increment it through a pointer. Do I even need pointer 1? I just realized. Do I even need pointer 1? Because I can just... Can I not do this? This does not work. No, it doesn't work. Then you do that. And then... that pointer is equal to n. Then I can... What if I... Oh. I need to think. So currently p2 is just equal to 1, or to n. So... Oh, wait, okay. P2 points to the address of A, like that, just like this, like B, just like B. And then you just change that value. Is this it? Like, let's try that. A is not declared. Oh, not A, sorry. N, not A, N. Points to N. Oh my gosh, the void was there to mess me up. It was literally 2 lines. And I realized my background music stopped. Don't worry, I shall turn it back on. Okay. Structures. Do I do structures this time? Or should I save it for next time? Low-key, I think my brain is melting, so maybe I'll do it another time? I mean, I couldn't figure out how to do 2 lines of code. So all my background music is by an artist called Bad Snacks, and they are a like... It's not exactly royalty free. It's from the YouTube library, so I can play it freely in the backgrounds of my streams. But yeah, the artist is Bad Snacks. I like their songs. I like all of their songs. It's also the... What was I gonna say? It's also my introduction, like my stream starting soon scene, and my stream has ended. Yeah. I want to see if anyone is on Twitch. Oh, there are people on Twitch. Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna make some closing statements and then I'll find someone to raid. But yeah, oops. Well, let me switch to this. Yeah, this was fun. I loved it. Okay, thank you. I'm so happy that you joined. And like, I hope someone learned something or reviewed something, because that's my goal of the stream. Yeah, I appreciate it. And to any VOD watchers, you know, I appreciate you watching the VOD. And what else? what else do I say? I think my brain just literally, utterly, completely melted. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll be able to do more like coding streams in the future. I'll find more free websites, and of course, like, yeah, if you're interested in doing these exercises, it's pinned to my chat, and I think I also have the link to it in my description. Someone followed. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Rest for Refrain. I'm gonna find someone to raid on Twitch, and I should drop the link into the YouTube if anyone likes to join. Let's see who's on. Shall I? Any other VTubers? Let's see. Oh, I was gonna accidentally clip myself again. Oh, speaking of which, by the way, you can clip on Twitch and YouTube now. So if you find like a clip that's specifically interesting, feel free to clip it. Also, it will go to how do I say this? It will go to my like YouTube page, and if it's on Twitch, it will show up in my like videos. Oh, there's another VTuber who's coding. Shall I raid them? It's Newt Mechanist? Yeah. Okay, let's raid them. Their title is Coding with Cats, so that seems nice. Okay. And I will put the link into my YouTube chat if anyone would like to join. But yeah, this person. I don't know who they are, but please behave, be nice. Okay, I shall raid. Bye bye, see ya! And the raid will start in like 10 seconds, so... 10. Oh. 10 seconds from now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3... Thanks for joining. I really appreciate when people join my raids. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.